The selection committee felt that this person is a highly talented media professional who presents a thoroughly researched, balanced and fair account of social, economic and political events in Africa throughout her current affairs program, Inside Africa. The winner is Makagbo Tumi.
I'm not going to make this much longer. I just need to thank my husband. He's not here, but I'm sorry.
Yeah, we're live. If you're just joining us, it's the Black Variety Show, and I've got the very tearful Tumi. And you should have seen her yesterday at the Eagle Awards, and she was like,
I was a mess.
No, you were not a mess, actually.
Dear me.
You were very emotional, and I was just wondering why. What happened?
Well, you know, this is the question everybody asks me, and here's the reality. My career is very demanding. I have to travel a lot, I have to be away a lot, I have to be working at all hours of the day. And the reality is that I wouldn't be able to do it if my husband wasn't willing to say, okay, you do what you got to do, and I'll take care of the kids, and I'll do all of this stuff, and you just do what you need to do. And I think that oftentimes we forget how important our support networks are that allow us to do what we do.
Oprah Winfrey once said that what she found frustrating more than anything when she was growing up was that whenever she watched the television, she never saw someone who looked like her. And I think that that's very important, that people are able to recognize themselves, whether it be in their media, whether it be in business, whether it be in politics.
And, you know, I'm proudly African. And I think that the wonderful thing about African women is that we have great role models who really embody the strength and what it really means to be an African woman.
So you've interviewed personalities around the world, everybody and anybody from Charles Taylor to Miriam Makeba to Nelson Mandela, you know, to Dalai Lama. So are you impressed with anyone in particular, or is there anyone too big for you to interview, or do you sometimes get starstruck?
Do I get starstruck? I think at the beginning I did, like everybody else, because I think the magnitude of what you're doing at the beginning is a little bit overwhelming. I think the Dalai Lama was one of my first interviews when I went to work for CNN, and that was...
Was he very quiet?
Oh no, he's very funny. He's not quiet at all. He's very funny, and he's very quick, and he's very witty. But I think after a while you begin to realize, especially when you're meeting people before an interview and you speak with them after, you get to see a side of them that's a little bit more like you. So you get a greater sense that, you know, this is a person who's just like me. So I don't think I get starstruck anymore. I think, you know, with Nelson Mandela perhaps was one of the biggest things that I've ever done as far as meeting him is concerned. And I think a lot of black women admire Oprah Winfrey, and when I did the interview with her, I was a little bit worried that I would be starstruck. But, you know, she's so normal and so regular that there was never a question of me feeling like she was too big to speak with. And I think for a lot of these people, they are just like you and I.
Yes, she was.
She was very excited.
Okay, so tell us about your program Inside Africa. You know, that's what people know you most for. And sometimes you have to report the negative, you know, the negative part of Africa. Do you sometimes try to edit some parts out, or do you just have to report as it is?
No.
You don't.
You know, there isn't. I think the important thing when it comes to us Africans dealing with the issues that we have on the continent is to recognize that we have issues. We have a wonderful continent. We have incredible cultures, great languages, art, music, you name it, we've got it. And that's all wonderful. But there is another side, and the other side is not so pretty. You know, we have famine, we have poverty, we have disease, we have war. And what we try to do on the program is to present what at least we believe is a true face of the continent. That by any means doesn't mean that we don't accept criticism, that we don't acknowledge that not everybody's going to agree with what we say, and that's great because we want to hear what people think about what we do so we can have a truer reflection of what happens on the continent. And it happens all the time. You know, we have people sending us emails all the time, you know, saying we hate the way you did this, and, you know, you were biased against this person. And then we'll go back and look at it and say, were we, you know, what went wrong here? You know, or we'll acknowledge and say, you know, this person is right. You know, they've got a very valid point, and here's a lesson for us to learn for next time. Okay.
Well, do you, we'll just take a call now and send us a caller. Hello?
Hello.
Hello, good afternoon.
Morning, afternoon for two of you, yeah?
Okay. You're my first caller. What's your name?
My name is Felix.
Felix, okay.
Hi, Felix.
Hi, Felix. Tumi says hi, okay.
Hello, Tumi Makagbo, because I've watched you on TV many times and I enjoy your program. And one thing I'm not happy with is the African show you show every weekend, which is very short. I don't know whether it's 30 minutes or so. Can they make it an hour and a half or something like that? And yeah, because it's a very good program.
Well, thank you.
And there's a time the other lady there was mentioned. She mentioned the negative part of the program. Yeah. I think everything should be reported because Africa is a big continent, and we here need to know everything about Africa.
Okay.
Well, thank you very much for your call, Felix. And that is an email question that we get a lot because I think it's quite obvious that there is a gap in the market for something that really focuses on the news of the continent that is owned, run by Africans, covering African news. I know for a fact that there are many, many people who are trying to do that. I think it's more a question of when it's going to happen than if it's going to happen. I think it's definitely going to happen.
And right now I have Ellen Thomas. Ellen Thomas in the studio. Nice to have you.
Thank you.
Looking great as usual.
Thank you.
At last. What happened last week? I think you owe our viewers an apology.
Oh, viewers.
You do.
You know how it is with actors. They get called to do a job and everything else takes second place.
Okay.
And you go and you do the work. That's as simple as that. I'm so sorry. But I'm here now and I'm going to make up for it.
I trust you too. Okay, right. So let's start with you, Ellen Thomas. You were born in Sierra Leone.
Yes.
You know, contrary to speculations, because people actually thought you're Nigerian. I actually read in the magazine that you're Nigerian.
Yes, I get Nigerian, Ghanaian. If I'm playing a Ghanaian, I get called Ghanaian. If I'm playing a Nigerian, I get called. But I'm actually Sierra Leonean. Freetown girl.
Great. Yes. Okay. But did you grow up in Sierra Leone?
Yes, I did.
You did?
Yeah. Till I was 9 years old. I grew up in Sierra Leone. The formative years.
Okay.
Then I came to England and came in time to go to school.
Okay.
And
that was about Ooh,
that's a while ago. That's a long time ago. Okay.
But how was it like coming from Sierra Leone to England then in that year? Because I know there was quite, you know, racism going on with black people, no black person, no dogs and all that. How did you cope?
Well, you just did.
Okay.
You coped because you had to. Okay. You survived. And at school, we were the only black family in the area, in Illingdon, in Uxbridge, in Middlesex, which is really basically country.
Hello.
Hello, good afternoon. What's your name?
Good afternoon. This is Bumi from Stratford.
Bumi, okay, from Stratford. Okay, go on.
I'm just putting the telly on, so probably somebody's asked this question earlier, I don't know.
Okay.
I want to say hi to Ellen, and we enjoy her shows, and she's doing us proud.
Okay.
But what I want to ask is, I've got 2 daughters. If you want your kids to go in this sort of line, what are the basics that they need to know, and how do they go about it? How do you get into drama school and all that?
Okay. Yeah. Well, hi, Bumi.
Hi, how are you?
Very well, thank you. Blessed. The first thing they need to do, like I just said, stay on at school. Do the schoolwork. Yeah, that's really, really vital. That's very important. And there are drama schools and there are dance schools that you can go to. There's one in particular, the arts educational schools. You can look them up on the online. They do a system whereby you can go to, your child can go to school in the morning, and then in the afternoon they do drama or they do ballet and so on. That's, you can do that. They used to do that when I started out. Granted, my parents wouldn't let me do that, but that is yes, that's a possibility. But also you can go online and check out some drama schools, some of the best ones, and go to the drama school, whichever one you like the look and the sound of. Meet with the teachers, have a look around the school, talk to some of the pupils, that kind of thing, and find out exactly what goes on in the school. How many other black children are there in the school? What does the curriculum have in terms of black children going on to become actors, actresses, dancers, and so on? That's what I'd suggest. But staying on at school is the most important bit, because no matter where you go, that piece of paper that says you're qualified, you're trained, you have the ability, speaks for itself. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Oh, you're very welcome. Also,
may I say that you got us food on London Bridge? Because I actually thought you're from Ghana.
You're from everywhere.
Thank you very much.
Anyway, thank you. Have a nice day.
Thank you.
Thank you for calling. Okay, so taking you back again to Lenny Henry's show.
Yeah.
What kind of person is Lenny Henry? Because we've been trying to get him on the show. We've sent him an email, and I know he's busy doing, I think he has a tour.
Yes, he has. He's on tour.
He's on tour,
yeah. If you can catch his show, catch it. It's very funny.
Okay.
It is very funny. Cried laughing. That kind of like, after the show, and on your way home, you remember some of the jokes, and you laugh again. So it's that good.
Hello.
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 Good afternoon. This is my second call, so Ben is doing me a big favor today, which is very good. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Ronke. Hi, Ellen. I'm actually from Sierra Leone, and my name is Alima from Enfield.
Hello, Alima.
Yeah, I've never ever watched you on the TV, and I regret that now. I wish I'd seen something you were on, so I could make a better comment. Why I always watch Ben is just because they inspire other Africans. Being a Nigerian program itself, it still goes and cater for other Africans.
Okay.
And which is very nice.
You know what, Halima?
See that quite a lot.
Halima, it's not actually a Nigerian program. It's an African program.
Yeah, but you do most of your programming is from Nigeria. That's what I meant.
Okay, yeah.
We would like to see something from Sierra Leone because we are also diverse. We have a lot of things to offer.
Thank you so much. We wish you the best in everything you do. Okay.
Thank you. You're doing a great job, by the way.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. Auntie Ellen. Mama Saru.
That's right.